Why are you so serious? Today is, what did we say, Friday favorite. And Jordan's just going to make faces at you, which is perfect for what we're talking about, Goblin Valley. What did you think of Goblin Valley? I've been there twice, and I think it is a magical place.
Goblin Valley is rad. It's something out of this world that you need to experience. It's a crazy little state park. What was it, $5 to get in for the day pass? I think they only charge $5, or might have been 10, one or the other.
I think it was a little bit more expensive than most of the state parks.
The general going rate is about $10 for most state parks. You go there, and it's like you're on. Honestly, it's like you're on fucking Mars. It's crazy. It's awesome. You got red rocks and hoodoos, and for those of you who don't know, hoodoos are the rock formations when you see those thin, narrow stem of the rock that folds into the big boulder that's on top. And so they call those hoodoos. I honestly know why they call them hoodoos, but I want you guys to figure it out, why they're actually called hoodoos and what tribe called them hoodoos. It'll be a fun little research project, because then when you see driving through Utah, or I rarely saw them in Arizona, maybe in like Mesa Verde area, a little northern Arizona, mid-Arizona, you will see them, but you'll be interested every time you drive by, you'll be like, oh, that's a hoodoo.
Mesa Verde is Colorado, by the way.
Oh, yeah. Okay, thank you. What was I thinking of?
Which one were you
There's a
thinking
national
of?
park in Arizona that you go to see the giant cactus. What are the name of those cactus? Anyway, we're getting off track. About Goblin Valley, I think we lucked out when we went because it was a full moon, and so we decided to go back during the night after we'd already explored there for 2 or 3 hours. Oh, and I forgot to mention this. This is the important part. They actually want you to climb on these rock formations, and they want to see the human's carbon footprint and what happens with nature. So it's an adult playground.
Yeah.
And it's amazing. We went back at night with the full moon, and the stars were shining bright because it's also a dark sky reserve. So the stars are plentiful, and walking around at night, you're like, definitely am on another planet. And it is fun.
Yeah. It definitely felt like we went through a portal and into another world, because everything was silent. The same thing happened the first time I went on my first trek across the country, and discovered it on the Atlas Obscura site. And I was walking down the stairs. You walk down into the valley of the goblins, it's called. And there were a bunch of children running around and screaming, and I was thinking, oh, this is going to be fun. But as soon as I got down in there, it was like everybody else disappeared. It was the most bizarre experience.
What I didn't mention when we did Valley of the Goblins is if you take the trail around the backside, it will lead you to this cave that you have to do, and it's some work. It's not easy. It's not easy to get down into. You have some drops, maybe they're like 10 feet, but there's rocks that will help you. So you can, if you're not able and nimble, I wouldn't recommend doing it. But
there were a lot of elderly people out there hiking over.
Not down into the cave.
No.
Not down into the cave at all. We found one person in the cave, and he had actually rappelled himself from the top of the mountain into the cave, and it was like a 100-foot drop. He was a pretty rad dude. It looked cool to do. If you go into the cave after you go up and down, there's a mountain there, and you can actually go into the mountain. It goes back a good 100 feet, and it's pitch black dark, and it's very interesting and scary. As long as you have a headlamp or a flashlight, you'll be fine. But it gets smaller and smaller until we were crawling basically to get through the end.
And we eventually had to stop because it just got too small to continue on.
I'm not a big fan of crawling through caves. I don't mind doing them. I just try not to put myself in position. Okay, I'm 200 pounds plus, okay? So, big man crawl through, big man have hard time to get through. All of a sudden I get stuck. I don't want another 127-hour situation.
Yeah. So,
which, by the way, was filmed out in that location. So if you're ever looking for where did they film that movie 127 hours, if you go about 45 minutes past Goblin Valley, you'll find the area. They call it, what, Emerald Canyon, I do believe. I'm not 100% sure on that one, but it's pretty close.
Sounds about right.
Mm-hmm.
So, this week's favorite was Goblin Valley. You should go check it out.
Definitely check it out. Bye.
Bye.